Yeah, I'm trading on a hot spot right now, so I'm like looking at the candle. I'm like, is it moving or not?
And we're kinda like yesterday, we're started right in the middle of the high and the low of the day.
Hmm. Yeah, I
But
didn't
this
even.
didn't have the massive drop.
Yeah, I didn't even have time to like totally look at everything. But we got our overnight highs here. Yeah, like yeah, you're exactly right. We're right in the middle, so we will probably go for those lows at some point or now. Start making our way down there. What is that at? That's 627, 628 or whatever. That'd be the most predictable place to trade. It's right down there. But if we get anything like a tight end or something leading down to that, that'd be a great first trade. Might get one right. Yeah, like this right here. I know kind of selling down at the low, but the only reason I'd be fine with doing something like that is because I think we could end up going down there. So if it continues, we could watch that. Look here, and so it looks like we're just breaking this low as well. I didn't see that until just now. Would have been a nice little flusher to style trade.
It's a trap!
Wait.
If you were gonna buy, I think it looked
Oh,
like a trap.
oh, oh, right, right, right. Yeah, no, I was looking at something else. Man, my morning's been a little knocked off because of this whole internet situation. Well, I woke up, started getting everything ready, and I was to the point of getting the levels, which probably takes the most internet out of everything, and then boom, it just like stopped. It just and so it's super rainy outside like these last few days here, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but it knocked me all out of whack. And then I couldn't get my hotspot to work. So I'm like, I'm still getting kind of caught up to speed here.
That Titan went away.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. I haven't even been able to like look at order flow yet. Uh,
The 1-minute Titan, just one.
I was able to catch it. It was little, but it was good.
Yeah, nice, me too. Ken, I don't know, you talk a lot, but you're not talking now.
What'd you call me?
Oh. Usually you're talking nonstop, and then you went, and I thought maybe you're having internet issues again.
Yeah, no, I'm just
But there
kidding.
was a 1-minute Titan that won.
I saw that. I was talking, but I was muted. So like, can't you talk a lot? I'm like, wait, what'd you? Why? And I'm all like actively talking as you said that.
Actually, when I first got in, I couldn't hear you talking. I was like, "Ken, you talking?" And then I was talking. I was like, "Hello, is anybody hear me?" Nothing. So I had to like log out and log back in, and then it worked. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. These computers sometimes they have weird issues in the morning, or like when you wake them up.
I
So
don't. I don't think it was the computer. I think it's sometimes when you log in to
Mhm.
Discord.
Well, see, and that's that. I have that same thing. A lot of times in the morning, I have to completely kill Discord out. Like if I left it up last night, like overnight, I have to completely kill it and then reopen it. I have to like do the task manager deal on it because I don't know how to close things another way. So yeah, I kill it. I kill the task.
Look at this thing. I think. I
Ish.
think it's going to go to 800. I think. I should have stayed in that Titan. I got out. And that Titan was perfect because it was like kind of it was right in the middle of the two volumes, 750 and 500, right? Well, actually, it was below. It was at the bottom of the 700, and it just kept going. I don't know, Ken. I can't hear you again.
There I was. I was sitting there talking to you
Oh,
again. Yeah, I was like, yeah, yeah. I was sitting there agreeing with you. Yeah,
yeah.
location wise, that was really good too. On the
Yeah.
look at look at Delta. Everything's looking real good. We were at today's midpoint and yesterday's midpoint and the POC of the day. So price had just like literally s- swept highs, dropped down to here, swept these lows, touched all these areas, and then I mean, there's really not much left besides the low of the day right here. And then yeah, just set up, bing, bing, bing. Delta had already curved over by that point, and we're up and out.
You had green Delta, you had green TV Blast, you had green Quantum, and you were in the middle of two volume levels. I mean, you can't ask for much better. No,
Yep.
really. I mean, that was like the perfect Titan. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it's better to trade in the middle going up to the volume levels than at the top or like at the top when if it's going up, if you're at the top, it's kind of already exhausted pretty
Right,
much.
right, right.
And that's without even looking at the order flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. What's that say? This is on gold, all right. Yeah, it does look good. Wonder if it will. Wonder if this is going to turn around right here. Anyways, this gold. It's breaking highs right now. It's not really breaking them. It's trying to, but it's seeming to have a little bit of trouble. Like a little, a little sell right in this area. A little something like that. Little type of action. I was looking at gold earlier. Before this is right when my internet went out. As I was looking at gold like this, I could see that it had. I could see that it had already broke these highs. I don't think. I think it had just broken the highs. I think it had just broken these highs and it started to come down here. And I was really watching it because it was like kind of testing this final little push up right here. So like it was kind of testing this area. Maybe it was over here. I don't know, but yeah, maybe it was right here. But I was I was waiting to see if it would break down below here and then retest up into that area, kind of like a respective it's like support turn to resistance. And I was gonna look to sell it like that, and this is like right when my internet went out. So yeah, that's probably right around here. So I've been kind of thinking about selling this, but yeah, now we've made an even higher high, broken overnight highs, wicks up there, could be good. Plus we got the Titans. I believe there's a Titan setting up on it right now, or it's in progress. Yeah. I cannot believe it's Friday. This is what a weird week. Time. Something has happened. Time don't feel right anymore. No Monday feels like Monday. No Friday feels like Friday. It's these holidays. Wait. I can do that. Oh, got the TP on that gold trade if you took it. It's a no nonsense, easy little trade.
Hey Ken, when you look at gold on the 1 minute chart on is it full of gaps?
No, not mine. But you might be looking at. Does it say GC1 or are you looking at like GC, F or G or 2026, something like that? You're probably looking at the old contract.
I'm looking at MGCJ6.
Okay, so hold on, I can't remember.
On Tradeovate.
On gold, you need to be on G6 right now. GCG6 is the current contract. Or let me let me just double check. F was for January. Hold on. And F's all messed up looking. Now let me just double check. GC G6. Oh wait. GC G6. GC. I don't know why.
There's MGC G6, J6, M6, Q6.
I'm trying to pull it up if it'll let me figure it out. Okay, so what did I say? G6 is the right one. So G. Now let me see if I click G6. GC G. Yeah, see GC G 2026. That is the correct one. So yours is probably going to be MG and then look at this drop down and you see MGCG 2026. And yeah, and that one looks great. That's the current contract. And it's got the most volume out of, the one before and after. So that's where you should be trading.
Let me write that down. MGCG
G.
6.
2026.
MGCG6.
But if you're on TradingView, the best is just use MGC1 exclamation mark, because
Right.
then that just like automatically rolls over to everything.
Yeah. If you're on TradingView, do that. But he's on TradingView. I mean TradeOvate.
I am. So MGC. What was the rest of it?
G.
G.
And then the number 2026.
2026. What about the exclamation mark?
Here. No, this
They don't
is
have
not,
that on
this
TradeOvate.
is how it's listed on
Oh,
the
okay. It's not on
website
TradeOvate.
right here. GCG6.
Okay, that's what I got.
Right.
Before I had MGCJ6.
Yeah,
that
was the old one. Normally you'll get, whenever more volume appears on the new contract, you'll normally get a message that says, do you want to roll over? But if you closed it or whatever, then maybe, you didn't. Look, I don't know. This could end up being, it's just an idea. Don't everybody freak out. But just saying, normally, like we're breaking structure. If gold was to shift right here and start breaking, like something I could kind of see happening is price once it shows me that it can break below. I mean, even where it's at right now, honestly, I mean it's I don't think that this area was defended. I had to look at the order flow inside of there, but think about it like this: the last any buyers that matter at this point, right, in this impulse move, right? You had maybe buyers here, buyers here, buyers there, buyers here, buyers there, right? These buyers don't matter no more. They're already out. They're screwed, right? So the last ones that could matter would be, in this area right here. They're the ones that lifted price. So it's really interesting to watch to see if they defend price here. If they can't keep price here, then that means the price goes down, and that means sellers are taking over at this moment. Okay, sellers are more aggressive at this moment. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of times price will do something like this right here. And I'm just looking at these really, really clear lows right here.
Just to let you know, Ken, there was a big drop on NQ, and there was a Titan that won.
Let me look at it. Look at that. That's cool. It said we'll go up, we'll go down. Yeah, see now watch it goes and touches that low, huh? Maybe. But yeah, that's what I'm just kind of thinking about with gold, just in case anyone else is watching and also thinking about doing anything with gold. Yeah, I'm just see it touched lower. It is officially touched lower. So a good normal place. See, at this point, it's all about risk, because the real invalidation point for a trade like this is the high. The real invalidation point. So you could start, like, here, let me leave that here so I can remember. You could start looking at it now, and you could say, you could enter. Oh, shoot, you could enter here, right? You can enter here, and you could put it like this. A target like that, that's an option. You could enter up here and use that. That would be an option. And this is the safest option, is enter, I was just say enter where we were, and then just have your stop up above the high. Now that makes for a much larger trade, obviously, like in terms of risk, but those are three potentials if price continues to go down right here on gold right now. And as you can see, they all, the difference between all of them is they all, obviously this one would have already been taken, but they all have the same target, just different entries and different total risk amounts. You know, this one you're risking $6.80, you know, total whatever 6.8 68. I don't know how to measure it on here. I don't really measure on this very much, but what 70 ticks on that one and blah 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 blah, you know, 80 ticks on that one, 155. But that's an idea. I'm gonna take my boy to school real quick. I will be right back. It'll take me just a couple minutes, guys. Don't do anything crazy. Let me just take a quick look at this.
Hey Darren, I'm looking at your 5-minute setups there. About I don't know, 10 minutes ago, there was a MNQ 5-minute red zone sell that would have worked on your strategy. Did you catch that? Darren?
5-minute MNQ?
On MNQ or NQ?
I don't have anything that came up on my MNQ a few minutes ago.
I'm on the zones with the 5-minute. At it completed forming at the 40-minute level, at the 40-minute mark, and there was a sell. It retraced almost all the way to the top. But it didn't hit the stop loss if you use the 1-to-1, and it did a full 1-to-1.
That's so weird.
Now
I
let
don't
me
have
go. Okay. Yeah, no, I have it both on NQM and MNQ.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Huh. I'm not showing anything on mine. That's really weird.
Yeah, no,
Oh, you
it
know
was.
why? Oh, no. You know why?
You're looking at gold.
I started playing around with the filters a little bit, and so I put
Ah.
the second filter on. Let me just double check here, but I think that's probably what the problem is.
Yeah, I just have one filter on filter one.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
I didn't even see it until I looked now.
I went straight to profit. TP on the first bar. Yeah, that's nice.
Well, it did retrace like through almost like 80% of the way back. But then but then it went right down. I mean, it's hard to tell now if it went to profit and then went up, or if it went up and then back down. I don't know. But it would have hit your profit.
Yeah. Yeah, it did hit. Question is, would I move to break even before that? If it was moving around a lot? But yeah, that's nice. We got another one forming now.
On a buy.
Yep.
Yeah. You said that. Do you stay away from them if the new box is inside the old box?
That one is, well, not if not if the other one's already hit. Like the other one hit TP already, so I probably wouldn't care about getting into the new one. But the challenge sometimes is whether or not to close. Let's say the first one, the sell was still active, right? And then this buy box just question is, do you close out on the short and then buy?
I got.
I don't have a good answer to that. Be honest with you.
Well, I guess you could use DVD.
Yeah, that was probably a good. Yeah, because that'd be a good way to probably look at it. I tend to err on the side of whatever the current box is takes priority, only because that should be reflecting current volume. So that's
that last box was like 47 points. That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big stop loss.
It is, but it's honestly, man, you'd be surprised. I don't even pay attention to the number sometimes because like that could scare you away. But I've seen this thing move. Like it's crazy how far it goes sometimes. So.
Oh, we got a 5-minute Titan that just activated on a buy, but it's right at that 750 volume level. So
they're stacked like that. I just leave them alone. Because it's basically the same as consolidating.
With the zones.
Yeah, the zone.
No, you're probably right about. No, you're probably right about that. The hard part is like, what do you do if you're already in a trade? Do you close out of it and just sit and wait and sit on your hands for a minute? And that's probably the best way to handle that, to be honest. Because sometimes, especially if you're on like a 1 minute, 5 minute too. Sometimes, but definitely in the 1 minute, they can stack. Like sometimes you just get this area where it's like box after box after box, and they're all stacked on top of each other. In that case, yeah, you're right. There is consolidation typically.
Yeah, but if it's like the same color, then I usually just stay in it. But if it turns to green, then I just basically close it or break even, like wherever I'm at.
No, I think it's a good way of looking at it. There's always going to be more trades, so
we got quite the consolidation going on. It's like about basically a 50-point range. It looks kind of ugly. I think we're gonna have to break out majorly from either 700 or 750 volume
I think
level.
they're waiting for news. We got news coming to get them too, I believe.
Let me check.
It was that Darren that did the thing on levels. Whoever did it, it got buried deep. I can't find it. Was it Darren that did it?
Yep.
Darren, can you put it in resources? Like repost it in resources?
Yeah, no, I could do that for sure. I probably should have done that in the first place, but I'll repost it over there for you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
We just had news. 2 red folder newses 2 minutes ago. Nothing happened. Consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. Didn't look like it did a whole lot.
NQ looks like it's confused.
You're right.
What I would do, you guys, is don't do a thing, and look how easy they're making it for us. It's right here, and it's right here. These are the only 2 areas we need to worry about right now. There's nothing else to think about, or and if you want to try to figure anything out, is try to figure out, are they accumulating, or are they, what are they doing? Are they, what's next? Try to paint the picture for yourself. Like, does it look like a fake buy is setting up? Does it look like a fake sell is setting up? Are they fake breaking the lows more often? Are creating equal highs? Look for clues in the price action right now that kind of make them show their hand, and then observe how price reacts when the trap is closed. So at some point, they're going to try to break out. They're going to allow it. Just remember, you have market participants, 2 of them, passive market participants and aggressive market participants. Aggressive market participants move the market. Passive participants decide where the market's allowed to move. So what you need to imagine right now is a rubber band on both sides of price. They're deciding where price is going to go. They're not going to let it go where they want to let it. Imagine there's pressure from above and below. They are not going to let it go where they want it to go until they're ready for it to go there. So they're also going to have to see how traders react to these levels. So this is just consolidation. Watch what happens when price comes out here. It's going to do something predictable. It's just a matter of waiting for it and then being prepared to either act if a setup shows up that's within your risk, parameters, or not. What do we got? 10. We're already at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
And Ken, like right now, we're basically in the middle of yesterday's, how you have that filter on for the first hour.
Mm-hmm.
We're basically in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we are yesterday's initial balance.
Yeah.
I like how this looks. I like it when price starts to do this right here, just because they're cooking something up right here. I know it's boring, but this is where positions are built. Big positions are built. So it's something to get, to actually get excited about. What I would be doing is I would be preparing myself now so that you're ready to take that trade. Like, you need to have your platform open. You need to, start thinking about, all right, where, if I take this trade based on what I can see right now, what are some probable targets? Like, where would price go? Well, we got our daily high right here, right? We got our daily low. Look around for some areas. This is yesterday's low all the way down here. Price might just, if it breaks here, it might go all the way past this. You see, I'm saying watch these areas, but what I'm saying is watch these areas right outside of here, outside of the low. I don't know where it will go. It could, for all I know, it could go all the way up there, but these are the areas where I'd start paying attention. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, if you look at it, like we've got areas that it would react to on both sides, really. Yesterday's low, yesterday's high, today's high, today's low, and we're in a consolidating range. Like, it's very likely it could dip into here. The easiest play, obviously, is follow TV blasts or follow Titans, or look for a shift, a shift in order flow to from sellers to buyers or from buyers to sellers. That's what I like looking for. I'm a little bit better at looking for this, but we've got the right tools for what's happening right now. Price pushing down. If it just breaks and starts going, and you're that type of trader where you like to just get in, then there's your opportunity right there. You've got good targets. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. We have not gotten that many trades today, huh? Even on Titan, we just got what? One. There's one, two. Yeah.
There she goes. It looks like it was trying to go down.
Yeah. Let me see.
It might go to the 600.
All right. Yeah, we're out there. So see, with some consolidation like that, man, if this was a fake break, then we're gonna just fling to the high. That would be such a good play right there. Nice little pop right there. Nice little pop right off the low there. That was good. All right. That was my only trade on this one. So Now watch it set up a Titan. Oh yeah. I'm gonna share the details for this Apex thing. They got
Yeah, they got another sale going on.
yeah, and so yeah, I'll just put this over.
It's
to
not
Discord.
it's not outstanding, but it's not bad. It's
a
like
basic deal, yeah.
yeah, but it's 80% off and what I find the most valuable, to be honest with you, is the like the one-time PA fees. Like so you're not
Yeah.
paying $99 a month. I
Uh-huh.
mean, if you can get it for like 60, $65 one-time fee, you know, that's great.
Yeah, so they have $65 PA fees. That's not bad. Well, I feel like they just did something like that, right? So for the 25K, 50K, and 100K, they got $65 PA fees, and then for the 80% off, 50% off. So like okay, so like the 20K accounts are $40 bucks, $39.29.
I think right back up to 750.
Oh, I should have held that trade. Holy moly.
Me too. I got out early.
God. I got out way too early. Oh my God. I missed this whole I got out right here. I got out
Yeah,
literally I got out right here.
and the thing is, once again, TV Blast and Quantum and CVD all green. There was no reason to get out.
Well, I got knocked out by a trailing stop, but that's crazy. I looked over there at that Apex thing for a second, and but I am not gonna say I told you so, but I did say something along the lines of if it failed at the low, this thing might just go right all the way up here to these highs. I think we're looking at. Oh shoot! Oops. I don't know where the chart went that had everything all marked up real good. We were looking at those zones on. Oh, it was this one. Yeah. Right here. I said if it fails right here, then we'll probably end up back over here. But I never hold my trades that long. It's okay. I'm happy with.
Yeah. Well, you don't go broke taking profits, right?
Nah. You know, I figure if I complain about it long enough, one day I will hold a trade forever. But you really can't complain. My day has been pretty easy. I have one trade and it came right out of that zone. So I guess this would not have worked though. This was the only idea that would have worked was how did I say for this one? I can't remember. I said, okay, so you could have entered like that. That would not have worked. This one would not have worked. And then this one would not have worked. Literally the only one that worked was the first one that I talked about. This just never did its thing. It broke below and it just kept going. So it never ended up doing that. So I'm not gonna re-explain the whole thing, but I would just shift that whole situation over like that. But at this point, the structure point is all the way down there.
And what is your opinion on the 5-minute Titan versus the 1-minute Titan?
5 minute. You know, when I built Titan, I only did the 5 minute for a long time, but it just wasn't enough trades to like for me to be able to. You know how I like to kind of add some context to my trade. So like I'm, you know, if I'm gonna trade some Titans, it's typically because the Titan is in a certain area. You know, like I'm already thinking about taking a trade, but maybe the risk is too big, and then, oh, look at that, a Titan appeared in that general area, and it gives me a little more structure, you know. And I know Titan trades win often, so it gives me a little bit of structure where I can still enter in that buying area. Like I wanted to buy here, maybe I didn't get the super strong entry that I wanted, but I'm still bullish, so I'll buy, right? Like anything coming out of that zone that we just talked about, you know, that we just watched, if any Titans would have appeared, I don't know if you're looking at my screen or not, but like this, I just went down to a 30-second. I'd have been perfectly fine with, I would have taken this Titan here. If for some reason I didn't see this, and you know, like this is most likely what would happen is I would be, for whatever reason, I missed the initial entry down low, really close to the lows, because the real idea is I'd like my stops to be below my invalidation point, but a Titan is price action, so I've got a valid invalidation point on this too. Like price should not be going
What
down.
about the 1 minute? You're on the
So
30-second.
right. So I'm going to tell you. So again, the 5 minute, I like the signals, but there's just not. There was at the time. And over time, there was not enough signals on the 5 minute during my trading time for me to really enjoy it, you know, and have enough to pick from with context. See, because like not as many 5 minute signals appear. And, you know, but on a 1 minute, they work good. But there's so many that I can really pick and choose. So, you know, my answer is I like the 5 minute. It's super solid and stable, but you're just not going to have as many trades. The 1 minute, you're going to have too many trades. But if you like to filter and say, oh, I only want to take trades here, or I only want to take trades here, you know, I think that the 1 minute is great for that because it gives you plenty of options. And then the 30, I mean, these markets to me, they all move the same. You know, you don't really know if you're looking at a 1 minute, a 5 minute, a 10 minute, you know. So going down to the 30-second when price is moving fast, I've always done things like that so that I can see the little micro pullback. So I can, you know, I want to when I'm trading and price is moving up one direction quickly, you know, it's hard for me to enter that. So I need to see, like, I need to be able to see that price pushed up, and I need to be able to clearly see it tried to go down and it could no longer go down, like, you know, and then it had to go up. Because you know, a lot of times my entries are in areas like this where this candle, let's say I was wanting to buy, but I was scared to because it was so volatile, right? Or this candle looked big, so I was scared to just buy. When this candle pulls back and it you know goes from, you know, this was red. It opened here and or here, and it was a big red candle. Once it turns and starts to leave that tail and then flips to being a bullish candle, a lot of times I'll enter on something like that. You know, if I'm going to enter in the direction like that, that's what I'm kind of looking for. And you already know that because I tell you about that 50% level, you know, where when price pulls back 50%, I like to get in them like that. Sometimes you just got to go down to the smaller time frames to do that because the 1 minute's too fast. Or it's like, you know, it's price is moving too fast and the 1 minute just looks like a straight line. You take this candle right here and break it down into a smaller time frame, and you'll see, you know, all the little moves like that in it. I haven't really looked I haven't really looked at a 5 minute though in quite a while. I've been on the 1 minute for months and months now. Why you ask?
I personally, I think the 1 minute has a higher win rate.
Oh, really?
I haven't tracked it, but to me it just seems that way.
Right. Well,
I like trading on the 1 minute more than the 5 minute too. And then once I'm in it, I use the 1 minute, not just on Titans, but in general to get in a trade. Then I drop down to the 30-second to kind of manage it, or if I'm manually trailing the stop or something. It just gives me, and if I, you know, looking at TV Blast or Quantum, it gives you that indication just a little bit sooner of a trend reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we got a 1 minute Titan right now.
What do we get? What am I nothing. Yeah, see, I'd only be looking for buys on this. I'd be ignoring all these sells. There it goes. Hit the first TP, and it's about to. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I told you so, but when it fails right down here, remember when I was listening to you guys talking, y'all were like, "Oh, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, it's in consolidation." I said, "Yep," and I came in, I was like, "This is perfect." Like it sure is. Like these are the two places that this is where the opportunity exists right here at
TP2.
at that time. Yeah, it's running for TP2. It'll probably go all the way up there because remember that's what I was saying is we have we got yesterday highs up here. We got yesterday highs up there. We got today's current high. Man,
Yeah, 825.
Did any of you guys somehow manage to trade down here and actually hold that all the way there? Because if so, I'm gonna give you an award right now. You've got balls of steel. I want to be. I mean, like
I would have gotten out around the 740 if I did held for a long way, like it was starting to retrace a bit.
Mm-hmm. That was cool. That was cool though to watch that whole thing because normally, what happens is the market starts to consolidate. Traders get bored and they leave. Yeah, they're like whatever, or they try to force trades during the consolidation. We already know that. We don't even need to talk about that. We already know what that's going to do. And so it looks boring. Most traders will leave or they will try to force trades. I'll leave. I will leave. I mean, I'm not going to wait forever, but I will wait for a while. I'll set some alerts and then I'll leave. But setting up those zones like that, and then just knowing like this is in the course what you're going to go over. This is what you call a decision zone, where something has to happen. Where you have what just happened here. A decision had to be made out of urgency and out of necessities. It was trapped traders. When you have traders built up right here and then bam, they break the lows in this one candle right here, it creates a moment because you have sellers piling in, right? You have sellers piling in down here, right? Like all the way late sellers piling in, and then you also have buyers that start to come in to try to buy the low. And so when price pulls back like this, the sellers are scared and the buyers are scared. The buyers are afraid that it's going to come back. The sellers are like, "Oh, it's coming back." It's a decision point where they're going to be forced to make a decision. They're either going to the original sellers are either, or the late sellers are going to have to cover. They're going to have to stop out, which means they're going to have to buy, which now means that the buyers are right. The sellers add fuel, right? And so that's why I keep saying it's our job to look for those clues, to try to observe it and see what's happening, and then take action. Because and you're not going to nail it every time. I'm still wrong too. Y'all see, I'm still wrong. But when you're right, you're normally really right, and like you just stick to those areas. Boom. Trade Titans in those areas in that direction. Trade your order flow in that direction. It's like, why mess around with any of this when you could just say, let me just wait until price comes out to these decision zones, and then boom, traders get trapped. I know if we go look, I can already see it. I can already see it in the wicks and the body of the body style of the candle. But I know if I go pull this up on Addis, I'll see some sellers and I'll see the whole exchange right there. And then bam, they got stopped out and added fuel to it, and there it went. And it could do the same thing right here, right now. I don't know exactly where, but I would think probably more closer to this area, because why not? That's where the liquidity's at.
Another 1 minute Titan at 1-2.
I've seen that.
You were talking about somebody's mic. Yeah. Hide your mic.
Get him.
There we go. You were talking about sideways markets, and yeah, I've lost more trades trading in a sideways market than I want to admit. Like, and it's terrible because I think sometimes myself, and I'm sure maybe other people, it's sideways for a long time, but you want to trade, so you try to get in a trade, and it's like it's got a range of say 20 or 25 points, but it's just up and down, up and down.
Yep. Yeah. You know what? And I know exactly what you mean. I've worked with a lot of people that they don't like they think that sideways markets are bad, and so they try to avoid them, but they end up finding themselves within one, you know, and you never know it's going to be sideways until it's too late. You're like, fuck, it's a sideways market. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, I didn't expect that, you know, and now you already lost your money. But if you look for a sideways market as your edge instead, you know, then you're actually, because you're looking, it's like, you know, when you get a new car and then you start seeing that car everywhere. Like when you start to focus your mind on seeing one certain thing, you'll see it. When I came to the charts and I saw that market right there, I was like, ooh, I was sitting there. I was like, yeah, this is great. And then when you guys started talking about it, that's why I popped in, because I was like, yeah, this is because y'all were looking at it. And I was like, this is good right here. Like out of all the time, all the spots, this is perfect location.
Also, sometimes too, I think people try to trade what they think is a breakout of the sideways market, but it's really a fake out.
Yeah. Yeah. We're building that initial balance right now at the high. So when that happens, it's kind of weird. It's not the same, you know, how I imagine what I talk about every day here. You know, I like it when it ends in the middle, and then we have, you know, we can clearly look, watch, and see, you know, and then just sit there and wait for it. See, and again, like this is what I'm talking about. This is the same thing. I know this is a much larger range, but you see, this is exactly what we're trading right now. And and I told y'all yesterday, focus on these areas right here. The exact same that I just said, focus on, you know, those areas. This is the exact same with the initial balance. But you see the difference is it was created and then price came to it later. Here and right now and today in 45 seconds, we're going to get a new initial range, but we are at the high of it. So it's a little bit different. You really just have to watch it. But it's still important to watch, because this is kind of a sentiment moment where if price continues to or if price accepts outside of this 1 hour range that we're about to see, then it's Friday, but most of the time, if it stays outside of that zone, it will continue moving up. So you can use some of these upward targets. Like this is like a 50% extension or expansion. You can kind of estimate that, kind of look at it, look at your round levels. There it is. Look for different things. Now, if it has trouble and it's rejecting this area here, then you may end up having a day where price just stays inside. And a lot of those days, if it's going to stay inside, it's going to fall back down here to 740. So this might be an area where you start looking, you know, maybe however you trade, if you want to look for break of structure, if you want to look for signals, you know, whatever you look for, this is the time to start looking for it. Man, well, we put those lows in. Look at that. And if we put those highs in like that, that'd be kind of crazy. Just like a perfect picture. And I guess Matt, I guess nobody held it. Did anyone else? I know Matt traded. Anyone else buy down there? Someone did it. It was Mia.
Nope.
It was John. It was Darren. It was Vicky. It was
I wish.
Somebody had to.
Yeah.
Or at least part of it, like even you might have caught it like at 30% of the way up or something.
I got in at the low.
That's
at
the
the
best.
low. Yes. I got in at.
And do you think it's possible that we hit the 2 days ago high, the 26,000? If you go back 2 days, that's the high.
Do you
That's a
mean
major volume level too.
Like, will we hit it today?
Yeah.
I mean, it's about double where we're at right now. Well, not double what
It's
we've
just
done.
it's such a strong momentum going up.
I know, it sure is. I don't know. I don't know. The most predictive places that I had to trade have been traded through. I'd actually have to go and like reanalyze the market. Like I can see some other highs over here. Like oh wait, no, those are those are initial balances. We could go to our weekly levels, right? Our we got a weekly level up there at 936. I would be watching these areas. I mean, it's probably going to go kind of zone to zone. You know what I mean? Like there's a zone there. Got a little zone running through here. As if it continues doing that, then that's what I would watch for. Or you can also mark these areas here. So just like here, let me extend this. Just like the last candle up at the very top, like the one that really pushes down, like that, where you can see it kind of broke out. I'd call it this one.
And now, what do you
That's
think
where we're
about
at
like?
right now.
There's a 1 minute Titan right now that's a little bit in profit, but what do you think about taking like the Titans and when we're at like the top of the range?
I myself, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at this point. I know me, and I know how I trade. This would I would probably regret it later, Matt. To be honest, they'll probably all win. You know, they'll probably all win. I can't make myself trade up here. You know what I mean? I feel like I have more edge in other places, but I've looked at tons and tons of people's results. Other people trade and they buy in these areas. And I look at the results at the end of the day, like we're probably winning a Titan right now. There's another one that's about to set up as we speak, so look, this is the only thing I can say is it's going up right now. So you could probably continue to buy those until they don't work, and then you could start trading the other way. I personally, when I see price going up, I start thinking to look for sales. That's just how my mind works. So that's why I have tools that help structure stuff like that for me. But I don't have to rely on the tools as often as you can see because of the different edges that I have, the order flow, right? I use Titan when I can't use another edge. So I just have multiple different edges. Now you see I do take Titans, but it's only when the Titans are like secondary. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like Titans are awesome. You guys, I gotta figure out a way to show you guys all these results. I've got a lot of people that are sending me the results now because of what I've showed you, and yeah, so there's some very good results with Titan trades. Y'all just gotta button it up a little bit. Just so you know, every report I've looked at this week is either profitable or would be profitable if over trading was not a thing. Every single report I looked at, if over trading didn't happen, the accounts would have been profitable. So, but anyway, that's a side note. That's just from the review. So yeah, that's my answer, Matt.
You know what you're to me. Go ahead.
Hey Ken.
Hello.
Hey, all right. So I want to commend you on one thing. I don't know if everyone was here yesterday on yesterday's live. Unfortunately, I wasn't, but I managed to watch your replay. You had a recorded one on Facebook.
Yes.
Now, there are very many nuggets on that video that you dropped yesterday. I would recommend everyone to go and watch that video. I can show you about 10 trades that happened today about what you talked about yesterday. Those significant levels.
Yeah.
I'm in Europe, so I had like all day to watch what the market was doing. And literally, when you go to the high, I will take you to the high of yesterday's high. There was news that came out today at around 8. And when you look at yesterday's high, that news came out, and literally to the tick, boom, yesterday's high, and then went up, made a new high. That new high, there was a little tighten on 1 minute, then came back to that spot on yesterday's high. Then when you look at where we just took that trade that you're talking about, there was London low, and it was taken out like only 1 point before it went up. So for me, I got in because I saw there was a London low, and when it was taken out and it couldn't move any lower, I knew it was going to go up. Are you asking if anyone held that trade? I did hold that trade, but I'm trading on demo because I already knew London was already taken out, so they had no business of coming down lower.
Yeah. Key areas, just watch them.
If anyone wants to watch that video, you need to go back to Facebook and watch that video.
Yeah, and it's
you will see what the market is doing.
It's the live video right here. I'll just make it. I'll be helpful and show you exactly which one. They're all titled the same. So if y'all ever need to watch a replay, you see this is live right now. So they all look like this. It'll say stop guessing, start trading with clarity. So go find yesterday's videos is what he's saying, and you can watch that one.
Yes.
I just won this Titan. I just won this Titan trade, Matt. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't want to interrupt PFX, but that's exactly what I'm talking about right there, where I didn't want to have my stop up above the high because the risk would have been too high. So I used this Titan because I wanted to sell right there, because there's actually a couple of reasons, but one of the main ones here is, as you can see, well, I'll bring this over here in a second. I've got to change my charts, but anyway, the delta, what I'm about to point out, and then boom, dropped right out of there. We're at a high. This is where I'd use a Titan. So, I just can't follow these freaking things, even if they're winning. I know I see them win, but
oh, you're on 30-second. I was saying it doesn't match up my 1 minute.
Oh shoot, I didn't even know. See, look at that. But thanks for sharing that, PFX. I appreciate you sharing it, and I'm glad that I'm glad you just took the time to actually go watch that whole replay and look at what happened. I bet you see the market differently now, and that's the goal, is to provide that perspective shift where you can see the market differently and it's not so chaotic. You have specific areas that you're confident in, where you know you could win or lose. I could win or lose. We could always win or lose. But why? I love what Sheldon said. That resonates with me growing up in Texas and fishing. I knew where to fish, and I knew if I wanted to catch a certain type of fish, I'd go to a certain type of cove, and I'd go there at a certain time of the day. I knew where to catch the right fish. And so trading is the same way. Why would you fish the whole lake when you have little coves and little times that that you're going to get the premium fish? I like that a lot. Same concept with these key levels. Matt, what were you saying right before?
I was going to say, your trading style reminds me. Just a second. I'm going to take profit here.
Wow.
Of a Forex EA that uses a lot of filters. Now, without all the filters, overall your profit might be more, but you're going to have a lot more losing trades. Now, your profit is still good. Overall, it's a little bit less, but there's almost no losers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm really, really good at managing my loss. I actually do not like losing. So when we're going over coaching and talking about losing and all that, I have lots of experience with losing. I just decided to head straight in, and really focus on losing. And if I'm gonna lose, I want to do it in a super controlled way. It's different, and it does, man. I'll tell you one thing that I notice that I seem to struggle with more is the loss aversion. The other thing, it's not the fear of missing out, and it's not greed. It's more like when I'm in a trade and the trade is running, because I'm focused so much on the risk, I look at the trade like, you know, if I entered a trade and it was a 1-2 and it moves to a 1-1, now my risk to reward is 2-1. I can't stand that. Drives me crazy. I'm like, am I really risking 2 for 1 now? You know, like why? Because that profit, while it's floating, all I got to do is click a button and it's realized it's in my account, you know? So it's, you know, if I'm at 0 and I risk $200, you know, and I go up 100, well, now I'm technically and now I have, you know, you see what I mean, right? It's easier to draw this, but now I'm actually risking 300 to try to make another 100, because if I let it go all the way to stop loss, I've lost the 100 that is unrealized. And then I've got the 200 that, you know, I could potentially lose. So, you know, but when I've got up $100, now it's a $300 risk, and that risk to reward is kind of dynamic. So I don't know when I'll get better at that. I don't know. It might just be the way that I am.
It's working.
Yeah, it works.
All right, Ken. This is another perfect example. Look at where we are right now. That area was the previous high for the New York session.
Yeah.
And you can see a trade is setting up right now.
Yes.
In that area.
Yep.
For a buy.
And you could look at the volumes growing over here too. I don't know if y'all are looking at my screen, but there's like tons of volume building up right here as we speak. Matt, it's this volume right here on the profile. It's growing, but Matt, this is what I was looking at. This is why I was saying, you know, about selling NASDAQ, is because I know it looks different than, you know, than whatever it's called, MNQ, but I mean, at the point of me looking for that sale, look at what Delta had been doing for a while already. So I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was explaining to them one of the things that even people that understand order flow, they don't actually. It's an acquired thing that happens over time, but you have to remember, and it has to be on your mind, that what moves the market, and that drives me crazy that so many people trade. And they make they get in here and they're clicking these buttons. They want to make money, or they're making money, and they don't know what actually moves the market one tick. You know, what causes the last traded price to change, right? And I'm not going to go into it right now because I've already done that before. But once you understand what actually moves the market, tick to tick, last traded price to last traded price, aggressive orders versus passive orders, liquidity versus aggressive market orders, and how the market moves, you then at that point you realize, okay, well then at some point it has to shift in your mind that, all right, if aggressive orders move the market, if that's what actually makes the market move, okay, that makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is when you see aggressive orders in the market and you can see that price is not moving the same way, right? Like this is exactly what I mean. Like here, this looks correct. This is execution. This is buyers are aggressive, price is moving, it's doing what it's supposed to do. But then you notice a big difference in the delta and the relationship between delta and price, and then you can see it goes completely divergent right here. This can't happen. If aggressive orders move the market, then how is the market going up when, you know, when the delta is doing like that, right? And that's the passive effect. That's the limit order steering price. And so when you see that happening, you know somebody big is there. Again, it's another little clue. So like, why focus anywhere? Why focus anywhere else? You could just come take a peek at your computer monitor and say, is price and delta lined up? Yes. Okay, everything's normal. You know, there's not a lot to really care about at that point. We want to see weird things going on. We want to see that things don't make sense. When things don't make sense, when these things don't line up, then that means that something's happening, right? Somebody's doing something, and we're probably going to want to start paying attention. And then that's when we say, all right, where are the key areas, you know, and what's the objective here? Who's, you know, I guess this would be the best, question you could ask yourself anytime you sit down in front of the chart is ask yourself, who is controlling price? Who is controlling price? Aggressive market participants or passive liquidity? And you'll only know that if you, I mean, really, you'll only fully understand that if you've gone through the order flow course that I created, but or if you have some foundation on order flow. But it's a key thing. If you can figure out who's in control at the moment, if it's passive liquidity, then that means that it's strong. And you better be paying attention to what you're doing if you want to be on the right side of it.
I started reading your course yesterday. I'm on page 30th right now, and I'm definitely trying to think of the market differently and trying to see things differently. Like you said, who's in control, and after this level, who's going to take charge, and so just trying to see things differently, and it's helping. So
good.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Does it kind of make you think about things a little differently?
Absolutely. I'm trying to, like you said, who's in control now? If sellers are in control after this level, then I shouldn't be looking for buys, you know. So just trying to be on the right side of the game now.
Looking for that change of hands. That's the main thing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm up today, and I'm up today, and I'm doing good. So it's definitely helped since yesterday. So yeah, thanks, Ken.
Good. You'll slow down a lot. You'll like it. You'll love it.
Yeah, I've been working on my discipline since we have our one-on-one. I've been a little bit quiet, but I'm working on it, and I'm here every day. So just
I see you.
Little steps.
Well, very good job. So good. Hey, this is a good way to end the week, huh? On a Friday, you're green. Everything's good.
Yeah, I might call it good for today. So thanks, Ken.
Nice. You're welcome. Yeah, these are my results for the day. Let me see if I can get those back. I ended up taking one more. This was off that Titan, so I had one trade. That this trade here. Well, the first trade I took was down here. I mean, I got in. I nailed that one. Let me just see. And we talked about this. I'm gonna just say thanks to Gabriella and Matt for talking about the zone when I pulled up here, because the zone was there and they were talking about it and said, hey, let's trade these areas and these areas only when price breaks out of this consolidation. And so it broke out and it reversed, and we talked about the high, and it went to the high. Nobody held it all the way up there, but we talked about that. That's hilarious. But
there was also a 1 minute extreme at 824 on a sell that won. I took that.
Oh wow, on the way up.
No, on the way down.
Oh, on the way. Wait.
824 was a sell, 1 minute extreme. 820. I switched from the 5 minute extreme to the 1 minute extreme. I seem to like that a little better.
Yeah, and then this was the other trade. This was the Titan trade right here. So boom, boom. That's it. That is not a bad way to end the Friday. I was at about like 500 and some change, but then I got that other trade.
Yeah, if you held that trade, you would have been up like 4,000.
I know. I know.
It's still good.
You just never know when they're gonna go there. You never.
What about
know.
like putting to break even and just letting it ride?
I've tried. Look, I've caught some good trades. Don't get me wrong. Like I just yesterday in the evening, I got a really good one. Hold on. I actually have a video of this, the before and after. I got this entire trade, the whole thing, and I got the whole move. It was the same freaking pattern. Look at this. Look at this right here. And then come look at what happened today, right over here. It's the exact same thing happened right here. And so remember I told you I was going to sell this. I was just waiting and watching, and then my internet cut off. Luckily, but that saved me today, because I was right here and I was waiting for it to if it would have broke below here and retest, honestly, if it would have broke below and then retested, I probably would have sold it right here. I probably would have gotten in somewhere right inside of here, and wherever my risk would have allowed me. This is kind of a big space here, so I'd have to figure that out. But yeah, So I do catch them. I mean, I got a nice big trade right there, so I can't complain. This trade right here, I actually got this one, and I got to use it for my coaching session yesterday because we were, throughout the whole entire thing, we were on the coaching call, so we were able to watch it, and that was like almost $1,500 trade. So that was pretty cool, and I got a video of like before and after on it. So I do get them sometimes, but sometimes I don't. And today I did not. But I am gonna hop off of here because we got a webinar in an hour and 8 minutes. So for everyone else, you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday for live trading. And for mentorship, I'll see you guys in the webinar.
I have a quick question,
Thank you.
Ken.
Bye.
All right, see you later. I got you for your question. Whoever said that.
That's me.
Scott.
I just we spoke yesterday. I just joined
Sweet.
mentorship, and you need my trading view information. Do I just get the regular trading view? I haven't been on there in years, or do I need to get one where you have to pay?
Your best option is to just get the most basic paid version of TradingView. Just basic.
Oh.
That way you're not going to run into no issues. You can set up alerts. You can run as many indicators as you want. You can get market data if you need it. You may not need it if you're using Apex, but if if you're not using Apex, you may end up needing that data. It'll just set you up the right way. Let me see if they've got any discounts real quick. Sometimes I feel like they just had some kind of a discount.
I don't get the ability to do alerts. I got bumped out of my premium, and now I'm on my current plan is plus. So when I try to make Titan alerts, it says you need to bump up to premium.
I'm looking at it here. It says that you can set up alerts now. Oh no, it says it says alerts. Let me see. Indicators.
Is there a limit on the number of alerts you can have that you maybe maxed out?
It says
I don't know
alerts.
how that.
What? No, I could kill. No, it won't let me do either of them. I got a Titan 5-minute alert on MNQ and a Titan 1 minute on MNQ, and it won't let me do either of them. It says, want alerts that never die. Alerts on your plan expire after 2 months, but good news, you can upgrade your plan to get what? Wait a minute.
Okay, so you can set alerts.
Good news. You can upgrade.
Yeah, but good news. Wait, but it says that you can get alerts, is what it's saying. So you can use alerts, but they expire.
Oh, so if I just kill these alerts and redo them, maybe.
Well, go. Well, if they're already set up, just go in and edit the alert. You can extend the time on it.
Look at my screen, Sheldon. I'll show you how. Basically, you have indicator alerts. See, like this is probably what yours say right here, because at one point my plan got broken and it stopped all my alerts. Okay, so I would assume it probably did something like this, right, Darren? And then you would just hit play and you just restart your alert.
I haven't messed with it since I.
The other thing is when you're setting up those alerts, it gives you a time frame depending on what plan you're on. So probably the time frame, which is in months or days, is which run out. So maybe he can go back to edit the alert, and then you increase the time frame. You increase the time frame from let's say today to the end of the month.
Yeah, so go where Ken's at right now. You just go to the end. All the ones that are available are in the white. You just go down to the max, and then just click that, and then you're just got to stay on top of it. I have the same plan, and so I have to do that. And so if you ever notice your alerts aren't working, that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you basically, to answer the question completely, yes, you're going to need to configure your alerts every 90 days or so. But I mean, look, we trade live every day. You really don't actually need alerts, you guys. Just to be really clear, like you don't actually need alerts if you're trading live with us in the morning, because we're sitting here staring at the screen. So now if the worst thing is you got to go update your alerts every 90 days, it's not you're not going to have that many alerts. You're probably only going to trade NASDAQ, MNQ, gold, and you know, and maybe one more. So yes, to answer your question, Scott, I would just go for, he's saying he's got the plus plan. You could try. Yeah, I would go for at least the plus, because even inside, like in the essential plan, it says alerts that don't expire. Shoot, you
Okay.
know, I think you'd be okay actually. What I'm reading, I think you could go for the essential, and it says right here, it says regular alerts expire after 2 months, but with this feature, your alerts never expire. And I think you'd be all right with the essential, and then you could upgrade if you needed to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Thank
do
you.
what you do whatever you need to do. But I do recommend having at least somewhat of a paid plan with TradingView, because you're going to be using it every single day. The last thing you're
Okay.
going to want is to be running up against limitations, you know?
And what I
But
don't understand, like I have a TradeOvate account.
mhm.
Do I need to connect like all 3 accounts? Like if I was
Check
doing
out where
Apex,
those reversal signals popped up at on the 5-minute.
So I'll go check that out, Clyde. So
Yeah.
so what I would do, Scott, this is my own personal recommendation, just to start with. Did you just get those accounts, or have you already been paying on them for months, or what?
the TradeOvate I have, but that was just going to be paper trading, and I was opening it for the time when I was doing mentorship. And as I moved forward,
Did you open your own TradeOvate account, or are those given to you through Apex?
my own account.
Okay.
I haven't done Apex yet.
Are you planning on trading your own capital, or are you going to be trading Apex capital? Funded. All right.
Apex.
Then you don't need to worry about your own TradeOvate account for now. Just
okay.
Yeah, what I would do is, you have 2 options. You can start practicing your strategy on an evaluation through Apex, or you could start practicing it on a paper trade account. Most people use an evaluation because they like to feel the emotions a little, and they like to, you know that there's some rules there. It makes them focus a little bit more, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and hey, you know what? Some people do nail this on their first. If they get in, like I know you're going to do, you're going to get in and you're going to do exactly what we say. You're going to follow all the rules, not going to overtrade, never going to over leverage. You're going to take it one straight shot. If you do that, the chances of you being successful on your first go are the highest. And so you may just do nothing but make progress on that account. Some people, they make mistakes and they blow the account. These evaluations are pretty cheap. I guess it depends on what cheap is to you. So, you know, if you're having some trouble, I don't know how good you are on a computer. I don't know how disciplined you're going to be, you know, things like that. Don't just sit there and keep burning money on evals. Like if me and you need to go into some serious coaching sessions to get you right, I'm going to tell you to do it on a paper trade account, because there's no reason for you to be burning 50, 60, 80, 50, 100, you know, whatever, you know, just buying evaluation accounts over and over again. If you're burning evaluation accounts, it's because you're over trading, or you're over leveraging, or you made a couple fatal mistakes, you know, and that can happen sometimes. Sometimes people hit, you know, 50 instead of 5 or something like that. So we just got to take it a day at a time, and I will guide you the right way based on what we're going through.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is start paper trading, because futures is still new to me, except for what I've been watching for the last 3-4 months. And until I'm, you know, when I'm comfortable enough after working with you, and go into Apex.
What was the last system that you were using? Because I remember us working before on Forex, right?
Yeah, I was using forex.com.
Yeah, no. What system from me were you using?
Oh, just the TV blast.
Okay, so yeah, man, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love futures, coming from Forex to futures, and then being able to be on the lower time frames with like pretty much zero spread. It's so smooth compared to these Forex brokers. You feel like you're driving a Corvette or something, you know?
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Yeah, nice professional platforms, real data. And you know, the other thing too, all this data that you're trading comes from one place, only one place, and it's fully regulated by, you know, by it's like CME. They're all regulated by the highest of the high, and so all of us see the exact same candles. Nothing's different. It's not like Forex where, you know, there was a bucket shop broker and everyone used different brokers, different spreads, different quotes. You know, everyone's like, oh, wait, my chart doesn't look like that. Why did you get that signal and I didn't? Mine's green, yours is red. None of that.
Good.
Nice. I'm excited.
Me too. Thank you so much, Ken.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything. I sent you a message. I seen you trying to onboard in Discord. If you'll look right here, look at my screen.
Yeah.
We're in here. You see, this is you and this is me. We're down here in this trading voice chat. Go up and on the side of this page, you should see a ticket and it should be bold for you and it will say ticket 0204.
Yeah.
Here. That's me trying to talk to you. If you ever see that light up, that's a new message from me. And yeah, I seen you coming in yesterday. It looked like you tried to get support but didn't finish it. So I was like,
yeah, it kept kicking me out when I was trying to do it through support. It says you don't have permission to access his channel or something.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it perfect. I see the conversation from yesterday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so just respond to me right there and we'll get you taken care of.
All right, great.
All right, sweet. Everyone else good? Do you guys?
All good.
Sounds good, guys. Everybody, I'll see y'all on Monday in a mentorship.
Got my alerts working.
Know if you need anything whenever we get on the webinar. All right, bye-bye.